Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. Today I'm here with a dream. In this dream, I was on a rail style train headed to work. Everyone on the rail is acting normal and kind. Okay, so everyone's being really nice. It seems like a normal day. However, while I'm riding the train, we notice there's a problem with the train. Okay, so while I'm on the train, I start to see like smoke coming from an area, like a different car, and it randomly stops. Okay, and I go and I try to find a way to move it manually, so we're back on the way. However, once we are moving again, the breaker box of the train ahead of us is destroyed. Okay, so now I'm remembering exactly, like there were like two trains that were attached, and while we're moving on the train, the first train keeps going and somehow the second train is detached from the first train. I figure out some kind of way to get us going again so that we're moving, because our train is kind of like just sitting there. Once we're moving again, uh we're able to see in front of us the first train explodes, and then the train that we're on is just rushing, like speeding towards the area where there's now like a big hole or a big gap. Okay, so we end up having to try to stop it, but we could not stop it. Okay, and we had to quickly jump off the train. That is the dream. The scripture comes from Ezekiel 19. Take up a limit concerning the princes of Israel and say, what a lioness was your mother among the lions. She lay down among them and retreated and reared her cubs. She brought up one of her cubs, and he became a strong lion. He learned to tear the prey, and he became a man eater. The nations heard about him, and he was trapped in their pit. They led him with hooks to the land of Egypt. When she saw her hope unfulfilled, her expectation gone, she took another of her cubs and made him a strong lion. He prowled among the lions, for he was now a strong lion. He learned to tear the prey, and he became a man eater. He broke down their strongholds and devastated their towns. The land and all who were in it were terrified by his roaring. Then the nations came against him, those from regions round about. They spread their net for him, and he was trapped in their pit. With hooks they pulled him into a cage and brought him to the king of Babylon. They put him in prison, so his roar was heard no longer on the mountains of Israel. Your mother was like a vine in your vineyard, planted by the water. It was fruitful and full of branches because of abundant water. Its branches were strong, fit for a ruler's scepter. It towered high above the thick foliage, conspicuous for its height and for its many branches, but it was uprooted in fury and thrown to the ground. The east wind made it shriveled. It was stripped of its fruit. Its strong branches withered, and fire consumed them. Now it is planted in the desert, in a dry and thirsty land. Fire spread from one of its main branches and consumed its fruit. No strong branches left on it, fit for a ruler's scepter. Who, that was a long scripture. Okay, so for somebody, I'm feeling like this message is like for someone, maybe I think this has to do maybe with a job, or it could even possibly have to do with, some kind of situation in your life right now where you are doing something, you're focused on something, you're getting something done. Okay, this is what this train is representing. It's representing some aspect of your life, and you are surrounded by other people in this aspect of your life. Everybody is normal, everybody is smiling, everything is good. But God is saying that there is something ahead that you don't see, and there is something ahead that nobody sees. Nobody can see this. Everybody that's involved with this train that you're on cannot see the collision that is ahead. Okay, so God is going to break you apart from this portion that is going to collide. And I feel like this, whatever the collision is, the other car it represents something that you are not exactly, like, you're attached to it, but you're not exactly attached to it. But you're the way that you are attached to it is kind of like Maybe it's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like it could represent a person or a thing that you wouldn't deal with. Like, let's say the train represents your job. The train car that you're in specifically is your section of your job, and the other train car will be another section of your job. This other section is about to explode, and because of that, it is going to be broken apart. It's going to be pulled apart. This could be by somebody ending up leaving a company. I'm being reminded of when I was a nursing assistant. I worked at this nursing home, and I went in a few days, and I liked working there, but I did notice that they were doing a lot of things that were kind of questionable. But I just made sure I did everything right. Anywho, I'm off, and I am walking. I think I was headed there to go and pick up my check. And as I'm on my way to pick up my check, I see one of my other coworkers outside, and I'm asking her, "So what's going on?" And she was like, the state came in and they shut the entire nursing home down, and this was going, that was going. I was like, oh wow. And it was like, that would be considered a train. Okay, so like the nursing home is the train, and I am in the train. But my train, because of the fact that I was off that day, the day that the state came in, I was not connected to the train. I wasn't in the train. The train was broken apart. And that's what God is saying. This doesn't mean that somebody's going to be fired. It don't mean that you're like, it doesn't, like, I feel like this is something that is out of your control, the way that God is about to break this off. And immediately after God breaks this off, that piece that he broke you away from is going to explode. And it could be so many things. It could be a play, but something is under judgment. Something is going on where something is under judgment. You are not, like, I hear God saying by association, you're attached to this something, but you are going to be detached. But you're not going to be completely detached, but kind of detached. Like, God is going to just break it off a little bit. So you'll be a little ways away. And that's how it was in a dream. The train car I was in was a ways away from the other train car. Okay. And God is just saying that this could be a situation where something was too big. I feel like it could be something that was because I'm thinking about the scripture. God is reminding me about the scripture and how it says that the mother kept taking her children and making them into strong lions. So this is something that was meant to be strong. This is something that was meant to be I even hear that it's like it could have been meant to be a flex. Maybe it was a job, or maybe it's a business. I'm just thinking about this man that I had known of had created a business, and it was supposed to be a legit business, but it turned out that it wasn't, and he was actually conning a lot of people out of a lot of money. And I just feel like it's something on that. Like, God is saying that something is getting too big, something is getting cocky. I'm even being reminded of several businesses where their employees took out portions of the business, or they had stocks and bonds in a business. They have lost all of their money in different schemes that the company would be into. And I just feel like God is saying for somebody, you are going to be forced to be removed to this. It could even be a situation where there's a situation with someone that they may have some kind of rumor being spread around, or there may be something true. Like, I feel like it would have to be something true in order for it to be so big that God would feel like you need to detach. But this is not going to be like, it's not going to be a rumor. It's going to be something that's going to be true. And you need, like, I just to be removed away from it. It could be so many things, y'all, but I really feel like that's the message. Okay, if this is for you, you should know what I'm talking about. In reality, you should know what I mean. You should know what I mean when I say that you're going to be detached from something. You have to use discernment. It can be so many different things. It could be a car. Like, you could be a situation where you are thinking about getting selling a car, or you aren't thinking about selling a car, and then out of nowhere someone makes you an offer that you can't resist, and then something happens to the car and you are actually saved from having to deal with that. or I just feel like it's so many different things that it can be. But God is saying that he is going to be saving. You are going to be missing. It's like dodging. You are really missing this, and you're going to miss it because he is going to come in and separate you from it, because there is something that is under judgment. There is something that is attached to you that he got his foot up on it for one reason or another. It has nothing to do with you, and that's why you will be removed. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces. If you want to send your girls something for my birthday, you want to show me some love, it is truly appreciated. You can hit up my Cash App or my website. I love you, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces.